The sun is shining. Well, this is as sunny as it gets, mate. And here we find ourselves at Aston Martin's HQ in Gaydon in the West Midlands. And today, I don't know about you, mate, but it feels like we have the keys to the sweet shop.
Couldn't agree more. We asked Aston where we could and couldn't film, and they basically said nothing is off limits.
And it really feels like we've timed this perfectly because the British car maker is at a pivotal moment in its history. It's about to launch a full range of new vehicles, including the DB11 beside us.
So we're going to see where the magic happens, how these vehicles are built. So come with us and let's check out the production facility. How cool is this, the inner sanctum of Aston Martin, the production facility? Something like 15 cars hand-built per day. What do you reckon, John?
Yeah, it's a really special place to be. And apparently, we're only going to see 4 robots today. Most of this is handmade.
This is probably the coolest car-making factory I've ever been to. Now, John, what do you reckon this robot's called here?
Probably something unadventurous, like robot number 1.
It's actually called the James Bonder.
Oh, does that mean it's powered by Martini?
Probably, but it's actually one of the bonding adhesives for the aluminium parts in the car.
Now this is probably the best part of coming to a car factory like this, because you see something like this. This is a DB11 completely unclothed. And the interesting thing to point out about this car is this arrangement here. This car has a 50-50 weight distribution. There's no welds in this car. This is all completely bonded. And the reason for that is it makes it much stronger if you don't have to use welding points. Welding introduces a lot of heat and pressure into the joints, and that can make it weaker. So this is much stronger. Aston Martin has become famous over the years for its V12 engines. This one, the 6-litre, is made at its premises in Cologne, Germany. Each engine takes 20 hours and is hand assembled by one person.
This is one of the most technically challenging elements of the production process. They get the suspension, the gearbox and the engine, and they shove it up inside the guts of the car.
It's actually a process called marriage, and it can be fiendishly difficult, but it's over surprisingly quickly.
Well, just like the real thing.
I've just met Jed here. He's been working for Aston Martin for 4 years, and today he's building this seat here. This is for the Vantage GT8, and yeah, it's a tricky seat to build, this one?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, what's this material? Is it?
It's Alcantara.
So this is Alcantara, so it's like a suede effect. And yeah, what's some of the difficulties of making all this, largely by hand, by the looks of things?
Just work as hard as we can to get all the creases out and make it look good.
Yeah, and after this, does it go on for a quality inspection as well? So
Yeah.
somebody assesses your work?
I'll finish it, I'll do my checks, and then I'll pass it on to quality, and then they'll do all their checks.
Yeah, and how many seats can you roughly do a day?
It'll be about 9 of these a day.
9 a day?
Yeah.
This machine behind us, the automatic embroiderer, gives the cars that incredible attention to detail.
Yeah, and it's become more and more important on Aston Martins because whatever you want, you can have it embroidered on your headrest.
Whatever you want?
Whatever you want, Ian.
Even the motoring logo?
Yes, the motoring logo.
Yeah! Another production process we're seeing here is the fitment of the centre console and all the wiring being done behind it. The front of it, the veneer, of course, can be finished in mahogany, walnut, even bamboo. And if you take a look over there, you can see the instrument panel with the full dashboard. They can spin it around on that rig, do all the electrics, fit all the front panels, back panels. Fascinating stuff. The more I see of this production process at Aston Martin, the more I'm starting to appreciate why customers love this whole setup.
Yeah, and I mean, the levels of craftsmanship you see going into these products, from the dashboard to the body in white, just to the general assembly. I mean, a lot of it's done by hand. You really begin to appreciate just the level of work. I promise you we have not been cooking meth, but we are in one of the most crucial parts of the Aston Martin facility.
We're in the paint shop, and as you can see, the guys are painting an Aston Martin right now. It takes between 50 and 70 hours on average. These guys take this very, very seriously. The attention to detail and the level of craftsmanship the paint guys put into each and every car is phenomenal. From the guys across the way, running their hands across every surface to check for blemishes, to the guys behind doing the polishing, unbelievable.
And the next time you complain about paying extra for a matte finish, a metallic or satin, some of these paintworks take an extra 12 hours, 12 man hours on top of the regular painting process. I mean, that's what you're paying for.
There's an absolute mega array of lights in this place, and it's for good reason. The different lights show up different blemishes and imperfections, so the guys in this paint shop can buff them out and make it look mint. This is one of the final processes, the placing of the badge on the car. The badges are handmade by a team of specialists in the jewellery quarter of Birmingham. So this is it, the end of the line, final inspection.
Yeah, this behind us is where they guarantee the quality of all the cars that come off the production line. So the job of the engineers behind us is sort of check for small blemishes, imperfections with the paintwork, or even some damage that might have been caused along the production line. If they find any problems, back on the line it goes to be rectified.
What a phenomenal experience. I can't believe there's a giant production facility behind these gorgeous walls.
I know, and I feel really, really privileged that we've been invited along here to come and witness some of the attention to detail, the craftsmanship and the passion involved with creating these cars. But I think there's one thing we've forgotten to do.
What's that?
Drive one.